welcome back to another Sims 3 store content review. Today we're going to take a look at the Gothique living room. I'm not exactly sure how you pronounce that for sure. Currently, this set is currently on sale for 240 sim points. That is on sale at the time of the recording of this video. And normally it is 325 sim points, and it comes with a total of 14 objects. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about a few of these objects. This is pretty much the picture that you're going to see when you first go to search the item in the store content. In order for me to have found it, I tried looking up just Gothique. This is when I was just doing the search, trying to find it on my phone, and that didn't bring it up. I had to actually type in the actual name for it, which doesn't end in a C. It's Q-U-E. Of course, you'll know that by the title of this video. So we're going to go ahead and get started and take a look at these items that you receive. So of course, obviously, by the title of this, they're going to be, Gothic style. And I guess it's also partially a Victorian style as well, with the curved legs of the furniture, kind of the fancier types of backs on your couches and chairs. And of course there's going to be a lot of, in this style, in the Gothic style, you have a lot of purples. So I went ahead and just put this in the color that the item comes in when you first place it in, which was purple. But of course, another colors for these, for this style would also be your maroon colors. There's not very much light colors. There's black, I believe, in the Gothic, and I'm not exactly sure. There's really not really any bright colors at all. About the most in the way of pastel you're going to get is going to be in this purple color here. So the first item we're going to go ahead and take a look at is, we're going to just kind of take a look at the furniture here. Where you first come in, the furniture, we have a chair. Just kind of move a little bit here and take a little bit closer look at it. But we have a chair. That might be a little bit too close. I apologize for that. But you do get this living room chair here. You also get this little coffee table. It's different. I'm not too sure exactly if I like it. I think this would definitely fit in a style of home if you were going to make like a vampire home. That'd be like another, I guess, thing you can look at it is vampires seem to be associated a lot with this style. But that is definitely, I think, where that table would fit in very nicely. And then you get this pillow that is, you see sitting on top. I don't really know what that's supposed to be actually on top of that pillow. I can check here real quick. According to the website, it says, because it looks like a necklace to me. Yes, it says it's a Gothic cushion and pearls. So you're supposed to be able to bring the elegance of the Gothic era into your home with this gorgeous pearl necklace nestled atop a supple pillow. Now, the picture that they have doesn't exactly look like my pillow of pearls here. It kind of does. If you zoom in real close to it, it kind of reminds me a little bit more like a rattlesnake's rattle actually at the end. Is kind of what it reminds me of. It doesn't really look like pearls to me, not at all. So yeah, it does. I don't know. To me, that doesn't really look like pearls. I don't think I'll use the pillow just because I'm unsure of what the pearls on top are supposed to be. But here is the couch that comes with the set. It's one of the larger kind of couches. It looks like it would fit at least 3 Sims, so it's not a love seat. It is a little bit larger than that. And it has I think it has quite a bit of detail in it. You can see the markings on the wood and where it would have been carved for the era. Like I said, the Gothic era is very similar to Victorian. It's not exactly the same, but they are similar. What makes them different is, of course, the color palettes. are quite a bit different. Victorian, of course, still uses a lot of these colors and wallpapers that you see, but I guess the Gothic, I would put it more towards the darker side and not so much of royalty or I guess cheerful. Victorian used a lot of floral patterns, so that kind of makes it feel more happy, and the Gothic isn't so much. The nowadays Gothic, when you think of it, you kind of think more towards black, but of course that actually, when it comes to furniture and housing eras, that's not exactly what it was. It is a little bit darker, but it's not just in black. Like I said, you got these pretty blues, and you also have red. So, but you also get pretty much everything you see here except for this little lighted candle. You get with this set. So that lighted candle, I believe, is just a base game outdoor candle thing. So it was in the picture, so I put it there. You get this fireplace here, and again, it looks very much like you would find it in a vampire's lair. And then you also get, I'm not really sure what this is exactly. It's some kind of little box with a skull on it. Skulls are also represented quite a bit in the Gothic era, so you look that up and you're bound to see a skull of some sort. So, you also get this vase here. Let's try to get around just a little bit so you can see it. And it's got, you know, the purple, dark roses. The vase is black. So I find it's actually really pretty, actually. I'm not sure if it's recolorable or not. I just kind of placed it down, but you know, it's different. It's not like some of the items that you get in the game. So, you know, it does add kind of a nice touch, I do think. I think it goes very well. We'll go ahead and take a look at over here. You do get new windows. The windows back there, I guess I should have left one of them without the curtains. I never gave that a thought. But they're kind of curved at the top, pointy. And I can probably show you here in a second on, you know, what the outside of those windows look like, so you can kind of have a little more of an idea of what they look like. But you also get the curtains, and they had a lot of like the upper canopy shield, or I'm not exactly sure what that is that goes on the top, but again, very similar to the Victorian era, but you know, like I said, there are quite a few differences in them, but yeah. And then we have the bookshelf here that's very curvy. That is also something very common, and it almost looks like they have, I don't know what that is, some kind of thing inside of a glass jar or something in there. I'm not really sure what that is, but that adds a nice touch to it. So over here you get, zoomed out way too far. You get a new statue if you're interested. I think the statue, in my opinion, looks more like they would go in a castle themed house or building, not so much Gothic style, but that is just my opinion. But you do get this statue that is a knight holding a sword, and of course there's a few duplicated items just for pictures, you know, for the picture's sake. But you also get this picture here. It looks like it's a girl holding I'm assuming it's a black bird. I'm gonna guess a raven. A raven would make it feel more dark and gloomy, since that is represented as like the bird of death. But yeah, I like the painting. The only thing I'm not sure I care too much for is it actually sticks very far. Not very far, but a little bit out from the wall. I'm sure that's probably what happens when you hang them. I really don't know. I don't have any pictures that hang from the wall like that. But I guess if it's a little front heavy, that would cause it to come out a little bit. But this table here that you see here is actually a dining room table. I actually wasn't too sure in the picture what they were using because it didn't show the entire thing. It just showed a piece of it. So I'm looking all over the place for this end table that looks like it would go here, but it was actually they just put the dining room table here in the picture. They don't have, you know, the dining room, that you can't actually see the dining room table or the dining table at all. So, but here is a pretty good look at it. It also has the, oops, I'm sorry about that. I'm not used to these controls. It also has the curved legs here at the bottom to add to the style, so very pretty. I love furniture that has detail, so this is definitely a piece of furniture that I would like myself. So then to bring in a little bit of the red, like I said, you do have the darker maroon type of reds. You have here the dining room chair. So this is what the chair would look like. That wasn't in the picture. I just kind of threw it in here just so we could take a look at it. But that is the chair. I really like the chair. It's very pretty. To me, it does look like it would have a lot of elegance and style to it, and it helps bring in a little bit of the reds. Like I said, this style, actually, I created a home not too long ago that will be posting probably in about a week. I'm estimating it to come out on the next this next coming Friday speed build, and it's actually in The Sims 4. I went and took advantage of the vampire pack and made a Gothic home, and let me tell you, making something that is basically all Gothic like this, using the nice dark reds and dark purples, and I think I even added a little bit of blue just to change it up a little bit, even though that's not really a color you'll see, but including blacks and gloomy and dark was very fun, and it was quite easy, and I really enjoyed it, and I think it turned out great. I think a home, in my opinion, looks very nice, even done up in this, because purple, even though Gothic is associated nowadays with being dark and, you know, not romantic or anything like that, but back in the era, you know, purple is represented as royalty and elegance and things like that. So this is what the outside of those windows look like, and they also have a lot of detail in them as well. So I think this would be a window I see myself using in maybe a church. It kind of reminds me more of a church window than it does anything else. Maybe church or even a castle. This might look good in a castle build as well. My overall thought with this pack, when I get store content items, I look at a couple of different things. Of course, I look and see, is there even objects in it that I am going to use? And the other question is, how many of those objects are there, and how many objects am I not going to use at all? In this set, I would have to say everything would be based on what I was at the time building. If I am building a castle or something at one time, then sure, I will use that knight with sword. Other than that, I probably won't ever use it. Again, even with that skull, I probably won't use that, and I probably won't use the pillow. But everything else here I see being used in pretty much about any kind of home that you create. Of course, other than modern. This would not go with a modern home, but I do think that this set comes with a nice change of style of furniture, and will add a nice elegance to whatever home you decide to build. So I am happy with this set. I am glad that I got it. I don't think I've used any of the items yet, but I am sure I will. So if you enjoyed these reviews, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see more, also give it a thumbs up. That lets me know that you're interested and that you want to see more. Go ahead and leave comments below. If you have any other sets that you're interested in having a review done, then leave it in the comments below. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Have a wonderful day. Bye.